Hi, my name is Jim Wickenheiser. I'm COO of SiliconCore, and we're at ISE 2025. We're showing off our 1.5 all-in-one. Pretty excited about this product. It comes with built-in speakers. It also has a built-in motor so you can raise it up and down. It's designed to go through a standard door and into standard elevators. But yeah, let me show you something pretty cool about this product. So we have a seamless brake in order to be able to get it into elevators. We also have a front fold version of this product, so it depends on your setup whether you need a rear fold or a front fold. But as it comes back in, you can see that the seam just completely, that was poor timing. There we go, the seam completely disappears. Oh, sorry about that. So yeah, it's 135 inches. This is a 1080p. But we also have a 1.2 version of this that is an HD plus. So this is a standard SMD product, but it's very cool. So it's actually below ambient when you're touching it. So which is really important when you're in like a corporate environment or even a virtual production environment where you have people or talent that are close to it. We have versions of this that'll go 240 hertz that can go into virtual production environments. And in fact, there's some people that are shooting commercials and they're able to do slow motion with 240 at 60 hertz, right? So they can basically do a 4x slow motion with it. So if they have a tabletop commercial shot, they could be pouring water or liquid or whatever and get that nice slow mo to it and have the background synced perfectly.
So it's on wheels?
It is on wheels, yep, absolutely. So
you can just roll it around, put it where you need.
So really a single person can roll it around. We tell people to use 2 people just so one person can steer. So really there's no issue with pushing around at all though. It comes in a flight case. So when it shows up to your office, basically you just take it out of the flight case, roll it out, and it's ready to go. So, and that's the other thing. It acts more as a monitor than anything else. So it just pop an HDMI in or a DisplayPort in, and you're ready to go. You know, multiple inputs on it. So it's extremely flexible.
How tall is it?
Yeah, and this isn't quite the full height. It goes up, several centimeters more, and it drops all the way down to where the base is. So
you can adjust the height?
Absolutely adjustable in height. Yep.
So once you need to get through the doors, you can go through the lower height.
What's that?
It'll fit a standard door.
So the height can drop all the way down to where this base is at. So this bottom right here basically goes down to the base down there. And again, that's to get through standard doorways. So it's also, there's 2 things, right? So to get through a standard doorway, that's for the mobility of it. The other thing about it is you want to get high enough up so that it's viewable from everyone in the room. So depending on what kind of room you're in, you may need it to go up higher. So this isn't quite up to full height, but it's.
And it's safe when you close it.
Yeah,
what do you call it when you flip it?
Yeah,
it's very safe and stable.
Oh, very safe and stable when it's flipped. So it's got there's got a locking mechanism on back, so it just clicks right in, and then you grab a hold of it and push. And so
nice.
It's no issue.
It's not going to be flimsy around.
No, it's very solid. It's very solid. In fact, when it comes together, it has a really kind of positive detent on it, so it really closes. And so it's not. The other thing about this is here. Let me pop it open real quick.
You could potentially even use this side here for some reason.
You could, absolutely. So the other thing about this is it has some cam locks on the back. So if you do want to lock these wings in place, you just come in here with the little hex key and do the cam, and then that locks the wing in place. Also, this bezel on the side is removable, so if you actually wanted to take more than one of these and lock them together, you could do that too. So all of a sudden you have like 2 1080p side by side that are locked together. So you could do a nice panorama.
Easily removable.
Easily removable, absolutely.
Nice.
So, yeah. No,
and the size of each dot pitch is exactly fitting your design for the split.
That's right. That's exactly right. So with this and the 1.2, you know, it's a perfect alignment. And like I said, you know, when you pop that open and close it, it disappears, right? And so I have to tell you, when we were first designing this, I was in on the meetings and I kept saying, I'm gonna see a seam. I'm gonna see a seam. I don't wanna see a seam. And they're like, you're not gonna see a seam. And I didn't believe it. And then it showed up and sure enough, no seam. And look, I'll be honest again, like it's the first time I kind of fanboyed on our own stuff in a long time, because it's like, that was really impressive, right? It's like,
can it be on both sides?
Yeah, right. Yeah, both sides fold in. Both sides fold in. And but it's like, I've seen a lot of stuff in the AV world while I've been in it, and our stuff is amazing, but you know, every now and then we do something that even impresses me, right? It's like, yeah, that just mechanically, it just blew my mind, you know.
Is it this one, information?
Yes, yeah, so that's a mobile all-in-one.
135-inch foldable.
Yep, 135-inch, bring your own device. It also has the Common Cathode IQ technology in it, LISA technology, encapsulation, our ZAC technology for really good bit depth. So all the tech that you come to expect from SiliconCore is in this panel as well.
I see. Is it like an HDMI cable?
Yeah, that's an HDMI cable. You can go DisplayPort. I think there's 7 or 8 inputs. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head.
Whole bunch right there.
But there's plenty of inputs for your needs.
There's also some behind, or they're all under there?
No, they're all underneath. Because that was the whole idea. Because that was actually quite a conversation, because it's like, okay, in the environments that these are going into, when you're moving it around, you don't want it way back behind where you have to fish around and look for it. It's like you want it nice and easy, plug it in, you're ready to go, because you're going to be in this room today, in that room tomorrow, or maybe in this room and that room in the same day, and you want people to be able to plug in easily and just have it go.
And if you want to hide something behind, you could have an HDMI plug that's kind of like angled.
Yeah, you can do an L-shaped input cable if you want, you know. In fact, that might be even what ships with it. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, it's exactly. If you really want to hide stuff, there's ways to do it. But the whole point of it is easy, right? And so, yeah.
What does it mean? The little on the logo. What is this little card here?
Oh, that's just that's our logo. It's our carrot. It doesn't really mean anything. It's just a graphics for our company. We've had that little symbol on our stuff for decades. So,
if people want to have a smaller dot pitch for this all-in-one,
yeah. So we do a 1.2 already. This is a 1.5. So we do a 1.2, and stay tuned for NAB and Infocom for some other announcements on that front. But right now it's a 1.5 and a 1.2.
And there's a bezel like this for purpose down here.
Yeah, so
because you have the speakers.
Right, exactly right. So this is where cabling and the speakers reside, right? So this is also where the controller is. So we talked about external controllers on some of the other images, but here the controller is built right into the base here. So yeah,
potentially somebody might want a setup without speakers. Maybe putting the controllers behind.
So if they want to, if they want to do that, they just need to talk to us, right? And so we're very flexible on how we build these things. So I mean, the fact is, the other option on this is that this is our mobile all-in-one, but it doesn't have to be mobile. If they want to take the same setup and mount it on a wall, we can do that too. So it's not. I mean, this is kind of like the most deluxe package, right? It comes with the mobile base and all that stuff, but if you don't want the base, if you want to mount it to the wall, that's no problem. We could do that, right? So it all depends on what your needs are, and we can adjust to it.
Do you think the rental companies could be renting these out?
Yeah, so there's been a lot of interest.
Bring them away?
Yeah, there's been a lot of interest from rental companies. Yeah, so the one question that I've gotten that we can't do today, but is possible, is outdoor. So some of the rental companies have been asking me, can they have one of these for outdoor? It's like, the answer is yes, but we don't have that yet. So,
because then you would need to make sure that the whole thing is waterproof.
Yeah,
even for the split,
including
for the foldable function.
Right, all of it needs to go through waterproofing, right? And so
maybe you could also fold it down and fit in a small luggage.
We've thought about that too. Basically, there's a whole bunch of trade-offs that you have to make in design, and what we decided was the best way to go is to have this be able to fit into an elevator, which is the wings, and then fit through doors, which is the adjustable height. So.
And it's not only US size doors, it's also Europe?
Okay, so it's average size doors for US and Europe, but I'll tell you, there are certainly going to be some doors in both US and Europe that are too short, but a typical door is not going to be a problem.